NBA critics, analysts, and fans have labeled this draft class as one of the weakest classes in recent NBA history. And with this narrative, even the #1 overall pick, Zaccharie Risacher, has become criminally underrated. Welcome to Basketball Intuition. I'm your host, Ethan Simon. Today, we're going to be talking about the #1 overall pick, Zaccharie Risacher, because the mainstream NBA media does not talk about him. As the season has progressed, we've also seen Zaccharie Risacher progress, and I want to talk about some of the things that have really caught my eye over the last couple months. I want to start with the most impressive part of his game, and that's going to be his shooting ability. Since January 27th, 18 games, excluding last night's game, he's averaging 14 points on 10 attempts. He's shooting 52% from the field and 47% from 3 on 4.5 attempts. He's got great form, and in the last 20 games, that would make him a top 10 shooter in the NBA as a rookie. Since Jalen Johnson's injury and the DeAndre Hunter trade, Zaccharie Risacher has been able to really take extra minutes on the team and been able to take over that wing spot, and that 47% from 3 over the last 20 games is a big reason why. Catch and shoot threes on the season, he's shooting 37%. Like I said, as the season has gone on, he has been much improved, especially in the last 2 months. And from the corner on the season, he's shooting 45%. He loves that left corner. He shoots that left corner shot very confidently. He can shoot off the catch, he can shoot off a screen, he can shoot off the dribble. Any way that you can shoot the ball, he can shoot the ball. And one of my favorite parts about his shooting ability is I seen him hit a no-dip 3 the other day. A rookie hitting a no-dip 3, like, round of applause. Incredible. The next part of his game I want to talk about real quick is his finishing ability getting to the basket. He is incredibly crafty around the rim. He's got dunks, the finger rolls, the English off the glass, the up and under, the left hand. However you want it, he can give it to you. And another thing that really helps him out with that finishing ability is his footwork. He uses his pivot feet incredibly well for a rookie. He's got the Euro step. Like I said, the pivot foot. In the entire rookie class, there is not another rookie that cuts to the basket and has the same intuition that he does. And what I mean by that is, like, half of his buckets, half of his points that come in the paint, or really just anywhere, are him just cutting to the basket. Him making these simple cuts, these simple reads that other people aren't doing. And when you're cutting to the basket and being active off ball, it gives you good open looks. And with these open looks and his great finishing ability, he's shooting 53% in the paint and restricted area. He only gets to the free throw line once or twice a game on average, but you can see the potential. He is good at drawing the contact when he needs to. And this is something I can see him doing in the future. I can see him getting to the free throw line at least 5 or 6 times a game in the future. Again, that left hand finish, that left hand floater, that left hand, oh my gosh, I love it so much. He is very, very crafty. Now, this is probably the most underrated part about his game, but it's the defensive side. He is not incredible by any means necessary on defense, but he is very, very solid. And my favorite part about his defense is the fact that he is so focused off the ball. There are a lot of defenders that are great one-on-one defenders, on-ball defenders, but those same guys will get lost off ball, just not paying attention, sleeping. But Zaccharie Risacher is not that kind of guy. He is extremely focused off the ball. He's always seeing man, seeing ball. If you've played basketball, you know what I'm talking about. He's 6'9" with a 6'10" wingspan. He definitely needs some more muscle, but he's 19 years old. I'm not worried about it at all. He's switchable on guards to forwards. He could probably even guard a big once he gets a little more weight on him. He does get shoulders put into his chest a lot. Like I said, with the weight, he just got to keep getting his weight up. And he is top 5 in steals in the class with almost 1 steal a game. This might not be like the greatest take. I'm sorry, Hawks fans, if you don't like it, but I do think that he's a little too handsy sometimes, and he's trying to get that steal a little too much. And there are times where I've seen him get beat because he's trying to use his hands other than sliding his feet. So I would like him just to be a little bit more disciplined as a defender. But again, he's 19 years old, so who cares? Now we're gonna get to the miscellaneous type things that I like about his game. I want to talk about him cutting in the basket again because it's my favorite part about his game as a whole. Like I said, regardless of a rookie, a sophomore player, a 10-year vet, there are not a lot of guys that have the same intuition that he does in cutting to the basket at the right time. And also, it's not OD either. He knows when to just stand there at the wing or the corner and just wait for the ball. He's very, very smart. Now, one of my other very favorite things about him is he sprints in transition. Most guys, I would say, yeah, he runs in transition, he gets up in transition, but Risacher full sprints in transition, and he's very deadly. He knows how to fill the lane. Like I said, he's got great finishing ability. He can dunk the ball, he can lay the ball up, he can make a pass. I'll get to more passing in a minute. I don't think that he is an incredible playmaker because he doesn't have the ball in his hands a lot, but he is definitely a good passer. Another one of the small things about his game is his rebounding ability. He's not this incredible rebounder, not this elite, crazy, top-tier rebounder, but he is definitely a solid rebounder. Like I said, he has this good intuition of being in the right place at the right time, and that's not something you can teach. He's only averaging 4 rebounds a game, so it definitely could be better, but I mean, I'm not tripping about it. A lot of the time, he's on the perimeter, so, you know, whatever. I only got a few more things, but this is where I want to touch up on the passing, really. He's a very willing passer. He's only averaging 1.2 assists a game, but really that don't even matter. And like I was saying earlier, he isn't really a playmaker because that's not his role. And that's because he doesn't have the greatest handle right now. He definitely has a good handle for a guy that's 6'9", but I do want to see him keep working on it because if he could get that handle fully under control on a string, then man, oh man, if he does that, and then this is the other thing I would love to see him add to his game, and that's the mid-range shot. He's only attempted, whenever I looked, it was like 30 attempts or something. I don't know if that's right or not, but it says he's only got like 30 attempts from the mid-range, and I was like, dude, there are times where he gets the ball on the block or whatever, and he'll be pivoting around, and then he'll kick the ball out. I'm looking at it, I'm like, dude, that's a midi right there. That's a mid-range shot all day long. So I'd love to see him grow that mid-range game more and get that handle under control. Like I said, he does not have a bad handle by any means necessary. 19-year-old, 6'9", 6'10" wingspan kid. But boy, oh boy, the potential is there. And one thing that really makes me upset about when people talk about Zaccharie Risacher and like whenever he was first coming into the league is people were questioning his NBA readiness. Some people that are like casuals were calling him he is a project, but I meant a draft and stash kind of guy. He was never gonna be a draft and stash guy. That was never what was gonna happen. And like I said at the beginning of the video, like it makes me upset that the mainstream media does not talk about him at all. And it's because he's not the flashiest guy. He's not gonna grab you off a highlight reel. His highlights are much more, they're subtle, like they're very subtle. Like it's these little head fakes, these small little moves that make a difference in a good player and a great player, and he does a lot of those things. He has a lot of those characteristics. The second to last thing I want to talk about is he is in a great situation, and this goes hand in hand with me talking about him handling the ball. He doesn't need to be a ball handler. He's got Trae Young and Dyson Daniels on his team. Both of them are good playmakers, and Trae Young is one of the best playmakers in the league. So him having the ball in his hands right now isn't something I'm worried about because that's not his role. He doesn't need to do that. And a thing about that is it makes it so that he doesn't have to rush that. He isn't in a situation all the time where he needs to have the ball in his hands, and that's good. That's where it should be. That's how it should be. Over time, I'm sure next season and the season after that, we'll see him with the ball in his hands more and more and more as he gets more comfortable with that handle. But as of right now, while he's still getting it under control, he's in a great situation with the Hawks that he doesn't need to rush that, and he doesn't need to have the ball in his hands all the time, and he can get set up and keep working on that shot and keep working on the handle on the back end. And the very last thing I want to talk about is I saw Hawks fans trashing on Stephon Castle, saying that Risacher is the rookie of the year. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, and I'm gonna be so real. He is not the rookie of the year. Let's be so serious. He has not scored back-to-back 20. He has not had back-to-back 20-point games. And Stephon Castle this month is averaging like 22, 5, and 5. So let's relax on that. But he is damn good. Zaccharie Risacher is very good, and that's the whole reason I wanted to make this video. Like I keep saying, it's frustrating that the mainstream media doesn't talk about guys that aren't the flashiest. Like Bronny James has more articles written about him and more highlight reels than Zaccharie Risacher does, and it makes sense because he's Bron's son. And Bronny really is a good player. He's gonna be a good player one day. But man, they just need to get their priorities straight. I even tweeted about it the other day. I was like, our media sucks. Like, NBA media coverage is the worst coverage in all of sports. We have a comment of the day, but it's not a typical, like a question, statement, like anything about ball. It's just him showing me some love. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate your support, Ray. I'm gonna put it up right here. I think Ray's Good Liquor. I think that's what your username was or whatever. But yeah, if you want to be the comment of the day, how we usually do it, question, topic, statement, literally anything you want about sports, life, anything. My favorite comment, I'll talk about it for a few minutes at the end of the episode. The last one was talking about the Bucks, so I talked about the Bucks for a minute. But just stuff like that. Comment whatever, I'll tag you in the comments, put your comment up on the screen. So shout out to Ray for today's comment of the day. I really do appreciate the support, brother. It really does mean a lot. I'm a little late, I apologize. This video was supposed to come out yesterday. things happen, life, you know. But we're here. No idea what the next video is gonna be. I'll find something to make it about. I'm not really sure. Let's take a look at my notes real quick, see if I got any good ideas. Maybe another Warriors video, maybe a Kobe White video, maybe an Alex Sarr video because he just dropped 30 on Jokic and them. I don't know. We'll see. If y'all want to see any of those videos that I just mentioned that I just have off the top of my head, just comment down below which one you want to see me make and I'll make that video. But yeah, I appreciate you staying to the end of the video. If you made it to the end, hit the like and the sub, which you did, so there's no excuse for you to not hit the like button. You gotta hit the like button. It helps out a lot more than you realize. But yeah, stay tuned. More videos coming soon. I appreciate you, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace out.